Hey, Teresa.
Hi, Jen. Welcome to Georgia.
Thank you. It's so nice to be back down south. Tell me a little bit more about the project. I read the email and I just want to get the scope.
Well, we have a small backyard, and it's been largely neglected for 21 years or so, and we just don't know what to do with this space. And one day it occurred to me that I don't like being outside in the cold. I'm Puerto Rican. My husband's from Connecticut. He really loves being outside in the cold winter months. And so we thought, well, maybe a fire pit would be a great way to have us both enjoy the outside weather when it gets a little cooler.
That's a great compromise.
But we don't know where to put it or what to do with this small backyard. So we called Ask This Old House.
Well, that's great because, I mean, the pictures you sent me, I definitely think it's doable. And I also brought Mark McCullough. He's our mason, and he's going to help us too. So let's look at the space and we'll figure out a plan.
Let's go. Perfect.
All right. Okay, so every project I go to, I first look at the site and take some quick measurements. So it's very important to have a plan no matter the scale of the project, no matter small, big, because there's always multiple things going on. You have to pay attention to the structure of the house, where overhanging wires are, where trees may be. So having a base map to work off of is going to be very helpful, and you're going to save money in the end. So for your plan, what we need to do is site the fire pit, right? So I'm thinking it's going to go right here, right off of this patio, maybe 5-6 feet. But I know you want to do future things in your garden.
We do.
So having this plan to work off of, you want to do it in the right sequence. Like I could see this timber wall coming up to make a more level space. And over time, I think you mentioned in your email that you want to get rid of the grass and then we could add different plantings. But you could do all of these in separate stages if you have the game plan and knowing what to do. Does that make sense?
It does. It sounds like with a plan, our backyard actually has some potential.
Yeah, I mean, small spaces are difficult, so every inch counts, and it's going to be great to get it started. Let's go grab Mark, and we'll start with the fire pit.
Sounds good.
Hey, Mark.
Jen.
I want you to meet my friend Teresa.
Hi.
Teresa, how are you?
Great. Welcome.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, so guys, this is where I'm thinking the fire pit's going to go. For placement, I'm basing it off the center line of that door. I want it to come out to, I don't know if it should be 5 feet or 6 feet.
Okay.
So I think if you throw that tape down,
Yep.
and do you have a chair so we could
I do, yeah.
maybe grab it?
Sure.
All right. So, Jen, knowing that the circumference of our pit is 4 feet,
Right there, yep.
so we know we need that distance.
Okay. Yep. So the chair here, right? This is the 5-foot mark right here.
Yep.
So I like to put my feet on a fire pit,
Why
like
wouldn't
that.
you?
Yeah, and so I think if we go 6 feet, it's gonna be too much. And
Yeah.
then with that slope over there,
Right.
I think it's a good idea if we just start it at 5.
Okay.
What do you think?
So that's where I'm at with it. I mean,
Okay.
I can see where your feet land. I can see where the chair wants to land. You do have a little bit of elbow room between the chair and the patio, which
Yeah.
is always good.
Yep.
So if we brought it, my tape is sitting at 9 feet right now.
Yeah.
So if I subtract the circumference of the pit,
Yep.
we're going to end up at 5 feet.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be perfect. Again, gives you availability of the space that's around us.
All right. So how do you want to get started?
So, as you know, prep work is always the most important,
Yes, it
right?
is.
So, why don't we get some tools, we'll start digging, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
All right, great. Let's go.
Sounds good.
All right, so based on our previous measurements, I found the center. I'm going to nail in this piece of re-rod. We're going to use it as a stake. Jen, can you give me that?
Yep. And I already have a loop in it for you.
So I'm looped out.
And I have it at the 2-foot mark.
All right, so the 2-foot mark, as we run it around this stake, is going to give us our 4-foot circumference, which
Okay.
is the size of our pit. So let me get out of Jen's
Yeah,
way.
Mark, I'm a righty. You got to get
All
out of my
right,
way.
all right.
So you just take it around, then you get a nice edge to dig.
Yeah, that looks good.
It's a good idea.
And all we're going to do is take that edge, put our shovels in, that's where we're going to start digging.
So what's the color of your dirt in Boston?
Like
Not
dark
red.
brown.
Dark brown, really?
Yeah.
Not this red stuff?
No.
Oh, nice.
We're going to use a hand tamper to compact the base. Now we're going to add some gravel for drainage. Now we're going to hand tamp the gravel as well. Remember, we always want to do the full job when we're doing the prep. That's really the whole end of the business. All right. Now we're going to add a little more gravel to that.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's check, make sure the gravel's nice and level. It is. I'm going to get my 7-foot mark back because that represents the center of our fire pit.
Yep.
So there's that. Again, my mark is 7. Loop that.
Got that. So we're going to remark it so we can put the inner ring in.
Okay.
Hit the red marks. We're going to use this board, level across. How's that look, Jen?
I think you need a little bit more there.
Tap, tap.
Yep.
Tap, tap. Now what I'm going to do is I'll start bringing the pieces over. You're going to put the first piece in and then level that. Get that mallet, Jen?
What do you think?
It's perfectly level. Look.
It's all your tamping. You
Yeah.
did very well.
You did well, huh?
And then we're just going to, what we call walk the dog all the
Okay.
way around.
Pretty smooth.
Very nice. This is not going to be level, this one. I can tell already.
Oh, I'm
Oh my
wrong.
goodness.
Woo!
All right, Mark, we're ready for the second course now.
Okay, great. All right, so the second course, a couple things to remember. What we were finding out when we put the first course in is these stones are a little warped.
Oh.
They're a manufactured product, so you're going to get a little bit of that.
Okay.
But we can solve that with the glue. So
Right.
once we glue down on top of this, we'll be able to level out and negate that bubble that's in the top.
Yes.
Look at that. Level.
The other thing we want to remember is we want to stagger the joints. All right, finishing touches is going to be the bag of sand.
Oh.
All right, spread that.
Hey, Teresa, why don't you get the final piece for the top?
Sure.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
That
All right, fits
is
great.
perfect fit. You know, this is going to be great for safety as well. All the embers, you don't want things flying. You know, so you're close to the house, close to the woods. So
Right.
good safety mechanism.
Jen, Mark, thank you so much for this beautiful fire pit. I'll be outside all winter long now.
That's awesome. And I can't wait to see you pick away at the plan, do it in the sequence you're supposed to do it in. And Mark, your fire pit, top notch. Perfect.
Thank you, Jen.
If you've got questions about your house, keep them coming. But until next time, I'm Jenn Nawada
I'm Mark McCullough.
for Ask This Old House. This looks great.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.